Consumer credit health remained stable in the fourth quarter of last year, although rising inflation and higher debt servicing costs are expected to cause a deterioration in the January to March quarter. The TransUnion Consumer Credit Index decreased marginally to 52.1 in the fourth quarter of 2015. This compared to the 52.3 during the same period in 2014. However, the Q4 index does not take into account the weaker rand from December nor the recent interest rate hike.
In the fourth quarter of 2015, the number of credit defaults fell by 5.1% from the previous year. However, the survey found an increasing use of credit cards for the purchase of basic goods.
A couple data points I think for us that were interesting is one is that credit card utilization went up 13% year over year. So for us, we think that means consumers are really tight and they're using credit card for everyday purchases when perhaps they would have used cash in the past. So that's a bit of a worrying trend. I think the other thing is that the index hasn't incorporated the steep depreciation of the rand that occurred in December, nor the 50 basis point increase in rate that happened here in January.
It's anticipated that going forward, the credit health reading will deteriorate as a number of financial challenges buffet consumers.
So I think as we get past Q1, it's going to be very close to 50. The holiday spending, so we saw retail spending up surprisingly. So consumers were spending a fair amount over the holiday. And we think that the consumers are going to struggle to repay that. So, we think, there's going to be another deterioration. We could fall below 50, we're not quite sure, but there's a lot of things going against the consumer when you look at interest rates, inflation, plus the weak economy.
The outlook comes on the back of international lenders, the World Bank and the IMF, pegging economic growth for this year below 1%. Nampumela Losiziba, SABC News, Johannesburg.